Cassy,
Hi.
hi. Um, okay, you and I got a lot to talk about. I feel like you and I are disrupting the industry right now, and people are scratching their head and they're wondering what's going on, and I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, me too. And I couldn't agree more. I love it. And I love that we get to do this together.
For those who are watching, you're like, what are you guys talking about? Okay, Cassy and I had a conversation a while back, and I won't steal your thunder on this, but let's just say that it fired me up. That conversation fired me up because someone in your life said to you, we need you to be a little less you.
Hmm.
Somewhere along those lines, I think is what you told me, right?
Tone it down.
Tone it down.
Yeah.
Calm it down, girl.
Yeah.
I'm all about authenticity. Anybody who's ever watched any of my stuff knows I'm like your authentic voice, is arguably the most powerful thing you could have in a conversation, let alone a sales conversation. And when you told me that, I was like, screw that, man. Like, you never let anybody tell you not to be you. And then you decided to write a book about it.
Yeah, I did. Well, and it's so funny because I had called you as a friend and just was really tired of that because it was not the first time it had been said to me. To be honest, the first time it was said to me when I was 15 years old. And it's been a constant in my life, whether it's tone it down or you can't do that or you can't say that or you can't hug them. That was the constant is you need to change if you want to be successful, if you want to
Right.
be taken seriously, if
Right.
you want to be perceived the way that you're looking to be perceived, you can't show up in that way.
Yeah.
And I was not okay with that. And I was really upset, called you. And I had for a long time felt this message on my heart about how do we communicate this to people who are struggling with the same things. And that's when you gave me the name for my now book, Unapologetic. And so that was pretty cool.
Well, it's so exciting because, now here we are, working together at Impact 88, and you've launched the book. You've launched the Cassy brand,
Yeah.
and you're also working at Impact 88 as
Yeah.
our strategic performance coach. So here's why this is interesting, because the industry is looking at this, and I've had people ask me, and I know people have asked you, like,
Yeah.
and here's why, because most company owners, most businesses would be like, we need to own and control everything, and it's all our and all this stuff. And I'm over here like, and I when you and I started talking not too long ago, actually, I mean, very
Yeah.
short time ago, when we started talking about you coming on board with Impact 88, I don't even think you asked me. I said to you, and you could correct me if I'm wrong on this, I would never try to own or control your book. I will help you promote it, whatever that looks like, and that's your deal, that's your jam. And so, some people have asked questions about it, and I know they've asked you, I know they've commented on it, like, that's cool that we're doing it this way. But I'd
Yeah.
like you to explain the whole hand holding concept, if you would, because it's
Yeah.
perfect. I mean, it's
Yeah.
perfect.
So, OG Cassieism, Cassie original, something that I said to you really early on in our conversations was, Ryan, I'm going to do this. It's so important to me. I know it's what I'm supposed to be doing, but I also want to work alongside you in this team in this way. And I believe that we can hold hands. We don't have to step on toes. Like I believe wholeheartedly that our brands can hold hands and not step on toes, and that we can serve the people that we're meant to serve and pour into the people around us without any worry, fear, or concern that it's going to detract from one or the other.
Correct.
And I love that about you. I mean, I love you. I love our team. I think that is so cool that you're like, I agree. Let's hold hands, not step on toes. You can do that over here, and we're going to keep doing this over here, and both are going to be better because of it.
I agree. I think they're very complementary. And also it's interesting because when you think about the need that you're serving on I just call it the Cassy brand, on the Cassy brand is very different than what the need we're serving on the Impact brand is. Now,
Yes.
where that would get confusing is if we were trying to do the same thing.
Hmm. Yeah, we're
But
not.
I like to say it this way. You're really serving the soft topic need, which you can give us a couple of bullet points on, where Impact 88 is really serving the hard topic need in the sales world in new homes with sales leadership and onboarding, and how do you communicate better with buyers. And so give a little bit on what your brand is serving from that soft topic perspective, if you wouldn't mind, just so we can have some clarity for the group.
Yeah, so it's first of all, it's not industry specific. It's people focused. So like you said, the soft side of it. My goal, my vision, my hope is that the messages that I'm sharing through Unapologetic allow people who are struggling with their why, allow people who are struggling with who they are, allowing people who don't know what seat they're supposed to be sitting at or at what table can lean into the unapologetic person, the unapologetic them that they were meant to be, and go all in on that so that they can fulfill their life's big purpose. Because I do not think that we can fulfill the calling that we've been given, and everyone has one. I believe that to my core. Everyone is here for a reason. I do not feel like we can make the impacts that we are meant to make if we are not serving the purpose at the right table, in the right seat, in our most unapologetic self. We just
Agreed.
can't. And so when we are trying to change who we are, or when we're trying to tone it down, or we're trying to compromise our why, you're going to lose that. And so I am here to hopefully, I'm praying, breathe that message into people so that they can show up as their unapologetic selves. And if they're sitting at the right table, great. Are you in the right seat? If they're sitting at the wrong table, are you ready to leave? If there's not a table for them, are you going to build one? Like that's a whole chapter in the book, is like, we have such a big calling and we're not given time. Time is not a gift. Like, time is a gift and we're not guaranteed it. So don't wait. Like, I want them to know now is the time to show up as their unapologetic self. And I want to help them do that, because it took me way too many failed attempts for me to finally realize, okay, I'm done. I'm done trying. And then you came, which is hilarious because I had given up. I was like, I'm just going to do the unapologetic thing and I'm going to embrace it. And I'm not going to do this anymore at the wrong table. And then you were like, hey, here's another table. I'm going to pull out the chair. And I'm like, gosh darn it, I would sit at a table with you any day.
Well, I am very excited about what we're going to do together and what you're going to do with the unapologetic brand, or the Cassy brand, as I call it. I'm sitting here looking at you, even like where you've got the single mom who's wondering how she should navigate things, and people telling her how she needs to be a mom, and you've got messaging that could speak into that person's life. Or it might be somebody who's climbing the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
We have a mutual friend who literally just decided to jump off that ladder and go be a full-time mom. And I know that some folks have thrown her some shade, and I'm over here like, you go do you, man.
Yeah.
Forget people. It's
Yeah.
amazing how people try to impose their will on everybody else and their
Yeah.
thoughts and their opinions. And I'm over here like, it's not about you, and shut up.
Yep. And I think that's, we have this culture around comparison, and people just feel like they have something to say about the way that we live our life. Like,
Hmm.
and I know it's grown out of social media and just the comparison game. And the book is, it's my heart on paper. I talk about my upbringing is kind of the start, but really the why is to empower people to ask for help, to protect their peace, to find the right table, the right seat, the right space, to lean into their why, to look for the things happening around them that are trying to give them direction, to ask for freaking help, to build a good tribe. Like, I get goosebumps talking about it. There are so many things that I feel like for me that I have gone through the hard way
Yeah.
that I really, really hope I can have someone read this book and not have to go through it the hard way.
Well,
Now,
that is mentorship, right? That
yeah,
is the
yeah,
point, is that we can help shortcut some of those things for folks. And whether it be through the soft skill side and the things that the Cassie brand is helping with, or it be the Impact 88 side, where
exactly.
it's more tactical and on the training on selling homes and leadership. We're excited to help in any way that we can. And the goal here, and I think this is where we really hold hands on this one. The goal here is, we're not a revenue first company. We're not sitting here saying, how do we make all this money? That's not the goal of this at all.
No.
Revenue will come, sales will come, the results you're looking for will come, but you have to have the intentionality to serve first, right? Even Zig Ziglar used to say, you can't, if you help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want. But I would argue it's not even about what you want in general, because then you still have an expectation of you getting something. I just don't want to live my life that way. I just want to serve other people. And I believe that things work out well if you have the right intention. And I know that's where your heart is. Anyone who knows Cassie knows that to be true. And
Yeah.
that's why this is a perfect match. And so I'm so excited we get to do this together. And
Yeah.
I'm excited that I get to promote that book. And I hope everyone does read it. And thank you, Cassie, for being unapologetically you.
Yeah, and I just want to say too, I am so grateful to be in a space with you where you are people first. You pour into people, whether it's through our sales training, whether it's through mentorship, informally or formally. You are a server of people, and I will always hold hands with you on that because, like you said, good will come. By pouring into other people, it fills our cup. You and I both love doing that. Like I just got off a call this morning where I felt like I got to pour into someone, and I told you I'm like, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Like I am ready to go. I got to make someone excited today. And so I love that we get to do this together because at the end of the day, whether we're working through Impact 88 or the Cassy brand, I love that. We just want to pour into people. And I love that about you. I love that about what we're doing. I love that about your family. Your family is that way too. It's how I try to live my life. So I'm excited and I appreciate you letting me be my unapologetic self here.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Let's go make some impact.